To a casual observer, the rolling landscapes of Salcombe appear as a monolithic natural parkland, a simple, healthy arrangement of grass and trees. But beneath that familiar surface lies an invisible engine of life. The network isn't a single park. It is a complex mosaic of niches that often go undenied. A recent biodiversity survey across 11 local sites shatters the illusion of a uniform ecosystem. This data reveals a landscape at a crossroads, where geographic footprint matters less than biological density. While the greenery remains overwhelming, the survey uncovered a perplexing silence in the skies and absence of insect populations in the fields. The network currently operates as a massive sanctuary for a few select species, while functioning as a complete dead zone for others. True ecosystem health eludes the naked eye. To see the reality of the landscape, we must move past the color green and conduct a diagnostic audit of its biological winners and losers. This audit begins in the shaded woodlands and the humid corridors of Milltown Lane, habitats where a specific group of survivors is flourishing. These are the pteridophytes, the ferns. This ancient lineage has aggressively colonized these specific shaded sanctuaries. Consider the contrast in variety. While mosses like plate-leafed cypress moss cover massive areas, they lack species diversity. The ferns, by comparison, hold a staggering 73.3% of all regional species in these 11 small sites alone. Moving into the sunlit grasslands and hedgerows, the network transforms into a bustling highway for reproduction. Here, butterflies and moths, the Lepidoptera, claim 58.7% of the regional species count. These areas provide a vital refuge for common neighbors like the meadow brown and nationally scarce types like the wood white. These populations succeed by exploiting highly specific microclimates. Their success proves that structural habitat variety is vastly more valuable for their survival than the sheer volume of plants. In the untidy edges of the network, we find species human gardeners typically target for removal. Plants like alexanders and umbrella-like umbellifers provide a critical early-season food source. They bloom when few other flowers are available, supporting the base of the entire food chain. These overlooked plants serve as the infrastructure for the network's diptera, the flies and hoverflies. They currently sustain 56.4% of all regional species in this category. Human aesthetic preferences for neat gardens actively destroy the essential cleanup crews and secondary pollinators required to keep the ecosystem functioning. But other parts of the ledger show a deficit. Within the dense, dark canopies of historical conifer plantations, the network is failing. Despite the varied terrain, bird diversity within the network sits at a dismal 32.1%. Historical choices to plant conifer monocultures created evergreen deserts. These woods lack the structural layers and rich insect life birds need to forage or nest. A similar absence haunts the open grasslands, where the bees, wasps, and ants of the Hymenoptera order are significantly underrepresented at 39.3%. The root cause is a hyperlocal famine. Many bee species are specialists that rely on the Leguminea, or pea family. Uniformly mowed fields have effectively scrubbed clover and vetch from the menu. These ecological losers are casualties of human landscaping choices that prioritize uniformity and timber over the basic requirements for survival. Viewing the Salcombe landscape through this lens forces us to look past the general greenery and identify the specific botanical foundations required for life. The survival of the network hinges on these messy, often overlooked plant families. Restoring the woods requires an urgent shift, replacing sterile conifers with open, broadleaf-based woodlands to invite the music back into the canopy. In the fields, the solution is as simple as seeding clover and allowing hated weeds to bloom as a pollinator buffet. Targeted, hyper-local interventions provide the immediate keys to rescuing this habitat in transition. By aligning land management with biological reality rather than human aesthetic neatness, we hold the power to dictate the biodiversity of tomorrow. We can choose to let the landscape fade, or we can begin a vibrant new chapter.